What will happen when a passionate horse handler discovers his daily routine disrupted by a mysterious visitor who sneaks onto the farm to let the horses out? When the farm owner installs a camera, they uncover an astonishing secret that changes everything and leaves everyone in disbelief. In Michigan, there's a cozy little place called Happy Valley Farm, the pride and joy of the Adler family for more than 20 years. Mr. and Mrs. Adler, a kind-hearted couple who have loved horses since they were kids, dreamed of having a stable of their own. When they met and found out they shared this passion, they saved every penny they could, working hard until they finally turned their dream into reality. Happy Valley became more than just a farm. It was a place full of warmth and love, drawing in local families and inspiring kids to come and learn horseback riding. With over 20 horses, each one had a special place in Mrs. Adler's heart. She saw every horse as unique, with its own personality and little quirks, and she treated each one with that belief. The Adlers were thoughtful about who joined them on the farm, hiring only those who shared their deep love for horses. They didn't want workers just looking for a paycheck. They wanted people who saw caring for horses as a real passion. That's why, when Luke, a 30-year-old with a natural talent for horses, applied, he was warmly welcomed. Having learned to ride as a young boy on a nearby farm, Luke quickly showed his skill and dedication. The Adlers soon made him the farm manager, and he took on the daily responsibilities with ease, fitting right in at Happy Valley. Luke was so passionate about his job at Happy Valley Farm. Every morning, his main task was to let the horses out of their stalls and safely bring them back in at night. But soon after he started, strange things began happening. One chilly morning, Luke woke up early, ready to start his usual routine. As he made his way to the stables, he thought he knew what to expect, but a big surprise was waiting for him. When Luke arrived, he was stunned to see about 12 horses already out in the field, calmly grazing as if someone had let them out before he got there. Confused, he quickly checked the stalls and rounded up the other horses, eager to solve this mystery. But to his shock, the stable was completely empty, with no sign of anyone else around. It was as if the horses had let themselves out. Perplexed but brushing it off as a one-time mistake, Luke decided it must have been a few loose stall doors and carried on with his work. But to his surprise, the very next day, he found even more horses out and about, happily grazing in the early morning sun. It was almost as if they had figured out how to escape on their own. Luke mentioned the strange situation to Mr. Adler, who was equally baffled. This had never happened before, but for the horses' safety, they agreed to replace the door locks, thinking they might be faulty. Feeling confident he'd fixed the issue, Luke personally checked every stall door that evening, double latching each one. Convinced the horses would stay put, he went to bed expecting a calm morning. But at sunrise, he arrived to find every single horse roaming freely in the field. Now, Luke was sure someone must be sneaking in and letting them out. But who could it be? And, more importantly, why? Luke asked Mr. and Mrs. Adler if they had seen anyone on the farm in the early morning. They shook their heads, saying Luke was always the first to arrive. This left them all puzzled about how the horses managed to escape from their stalls. It felt strange, and the mystery just grew deeper. Determined to solve the mystery once and for all, Luke and the Adlers decided to set up a hidden camera in the stables. They hoped it would help them catch the person responsible for letting the horses out. To keep things quiet, they didn't tell the other farmhands. They wanted a fair chance to catch the mystery horse liberator without anyone knowing. After setting the camera in the stall, Luke returned home, feeling both excited and nervous. That night, he couldn't sleep, eagerly waiting for morning to uncover the mystery. The next day, Luke and the Adlers gathered around the computer to watch the footage. What they saw left them completely speechless. While horses are known to be smart, no one at Happy Valley Farm expected what the camera would reveal. There was no sneaky farmhand or hidden visitor. The culprit turned out to be one of the horses, a stunning black mare named April. The video showed April calmly standing in her stall. With a curious look, she stretched her neck and reached for the latch with her mouth. With surprising skill, she unlatched her stall door, pushed it open, and trotted out. But her adventure didn't stop there. April walked from stall to stall, freeing each of her stablemates using the same clever technique. It was almost like she had a plan. Sometimes she even skipped over the stall of a horse she didn't like much. The Adlers couldn't believe their eyes. April had turned out to be the mastermind behind the horse escapes. Everyone on the farm was stunned. April had not only figured out how to open her own stall door, but she had also created a routine for letting the other horses out, almost like she had her own schedule. The clever mare quickly earned the nickname Houdini Horse from the Adlers, who were amazed by her intelligence and skill. Eager to see if April would keep up her antics, Luke and the Adlers decided to leave her stall unlocked for a few more nights. Each morning, without fail, April performed her routine, freeing her friends just like before. News about the Houdini horse spread rapidly through the town and on social media. People loved the story of this remarkable mare who had taught herself such a tricky skill. Soon, visitors began arriving at the farm, eager to catch a glimpse of the famous April and her incredible talent. With more people visiting the farm and the mystery solved, the Adlers knew they had to be careful. They decided to add a padlock to April's door to keep her safe in her stall until morning. However, Luke sometimes couldn't resist testing April's cleverness. He would secretly leave her latch unlocked to see if she could still perform her amazing trick. Each time he did, April would expertly unfasten her latch and let her friends out, leaving Luke in awe. After witnessing her smart moves, the Adlers, Luke, and all the farmhands began to respect April even more. She was no longer just a beautiful black mare. She was a clever and resourceful horse who had brought a spark of magic to Happy Valley Farm. In her own unique way, April showed everyone that animals, especially horses, have their own personalities, intelligence, and a touch of mystery. She became a beloved part of the farm, inspiring everyone around her. From that day on, April shone brightly at Happy Valley. Luke, the Adlers, and all the farm workers grew to appreciate the animals they cared for even more. They learned that the bond between humans and animals can bring unexpected joys. April, known as the Houdini horse, became a local legend. Happy Valley Farm wasn't just famous for its loving atmosphere. It also became known for the clever black mare who had made a lasting impression on everyone's hearts. So, that's all for today. What are your thoughts about this story? Tell us in the comment section below, and if you like this, make sure to like and subscribe. Your support means so much to us. Until then, take care and thanks for watching.